started just in case.
Folder view list.
So we're not sitting here talking to
Google Chrome 5 of 31. News tab.
no one, I guess.
Google Chrome. Selection removed. Table is selected.
We'll make sure. So I'll just go here to our page real quick.
One clickable dialog. Banner visit main landmark clickable pilots live chapter 2 plus TFM announcements live from CYhz. The Monday BVI pilots no view clickable button. Clickable heading level 3 game pilots visited. Main landmark click. One clickable dialog. Banner visit main landmark clickable pilots live chapter 2 plus TFM announcements live from CYhz. The Monday BVI pilots no view clickable button. Clickable heading level 3 game pilots visited. Main landmark click. One clickable dialog. Banner visit main landmark clickable pilots live chapter taskbar.
Okay, we're live. It's about to echo like crazy. Alright, so
Ops 29.1.3 profile. Ops 29.1.
before we get
Microsoft Flight Simulator
started
1.33.
here,
Microsoft Flight
the
Simulator not
first
connected to simulator.
thing is, I don't know
Home. Items view.
why.
Preview. Level 1 home. Level 2 Windows. C. Items view list. Flight Simulator. FSUI PC 6518. FSUI PC. Items view. FSUI PC 7.616.
I can't understand why my FSUI PC does not open on its own.
Copy. Rename. Share it. Delete. Pop-up window. Run as administrator. Items view list. Graphic. Current aircraft. Sound off.
There should be something in
FSUI PC 7.
Well, in the setting it says
C7. Items view list.
it's checked in the
Sound off.
settings. When I look at the settings under the FSUI PC, it says
Next waypoint.
start with simulator or whatever, but
FSUI PC. Big modified. FSUI PC 7. FSUI PC.
I don't know if it's because of the way that I'm running
Microsoft Flight Simulator.
it. So, for example, I've got
Microsoft Flight Simulator MSFS 13 of 31.
one icon on my desktop called MSF, and then there's another one.
FSATC Shadow 7 Fly-by-wire installer. FS Airline 7 of 31. FS Realistic 12 of 31. FSATC Shadow 17 of. GitHub Desktop 16 of Microsoft Flight Simulator of 31.
I got one called Microsoft Simulator on the desktop, another one called MSF. So I don't know if it's because I'm using the one called MSF. If that's what. I mean, I don't know.
It might be. I would use
Microsoft Flight
the
Simulator
one
1.33.8.0.
for
Microsoft
Flight
Flight Simulator 1.
Simulator.
Runway 05 assist.
So let me move to the
Jump to 8. Airport code edit. Page list. Airport code edit.
what we're doing here today. See why.
HYC.
So we're going to be talking with Andy
Sys.
again
Page list.
to go over some
Airport code Y.
basic
C.
stuff
Y.
that
H.
he
Z.
wanted
Man.
to talk
Man.
about.
68 loaded. Page list 18. Number 19. Number 19. Type. Gate small. News 2. Number 2.
get to
Type.
the
Gate
right
small.
gate
Menu 20. Number 20. Type. Gate small. 3. Number 3. Type. Gate small. 4. Number 4. Type. Gate small. Menu 5. Number 5. Type. Gate small. Menu 6. Number 6. Type. Gate small. Menu number 9.
I can't remember, but I think on the sneak peek TFM that we did, is that the one that lets you filter out what kind of gate
7.
you're
Number
looking
7.
for?
Type. Gate small. Menu 8. Number 8. Type. Gate small.
I
Menus,
believe
number
so.
68. Park 13. Name. Park. Number 13. Type. Ram Georgia small. Menus. Park 14. Name. Park. Number 14. Type. Ram Georgia small. Menu Park 50. Park 21. Name. Park. Number 21. Type. Ram Georgia small. Menus. Park 26.
All
Name.
these
Park. Number
small
26. Type.
gates.
Ram Georgia large. Menus. Park 25. Name. Park. Number 25. Type. Ram Georgia large. Menus. Park 27. Name. Park. Number 27. Type. Ram Georgia large. Park 29. Name. Park. Number
Large,
29. Type.
small,
Ram Georgia small. Menus. Park 30. Name. Park.
large,
Number 30.
small,
Type.
come
Ram
on.
Georgia small. Menus. Park
Give me a
33. Name.
medium
Park.
gate,
Number
will you?
33. Type. Ram Georgia small. Menus. Park 34. Name. Park. Number 34. Type. Ram Georgia small. Menu Park 40. Name. Park. Number 40. Type. Ram Georgia small. Menus. Park 41. Name. Park. Number
You're
41.
using
Type. Ram Georgia small.
TFM.
Menus. Number 38 of 68.
I'm using the original, the
Park 42.
regular.
Name. Park. Number 42. Type. Ram Georgia small. Menus. Number 49
I'll
of 6.
load the other
Park
one.
43. Name.
Might
Park.
be
Number
easier.
43. Type. Ram Georgia small. Park 48. Name. Park. Number 48. Type. Ram Georgia small. Menus. Park
I
56.
think you
Name.
can
Park.
filter
Number
on
56.
that one,
Type.
couldn't
Ram
you?
Georgia small. Menus. Park 57.
If I
Name.
remember
Park 9. Name.
correctly.
Park. Number 9. Type.
Yeah.
Ram Georgia medium. Menus. Number 68 of 68.
There
Park
we
7.
go.
Park 9. Name. Park. Number 9. Type. Ram Georgia medium. Menus. Number 68 of 6. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1. Altimeter. 1013. 29.92 inches.
We'll do the gate. That's fine.
Numlock off. Numlock on.
So, just to get things started here, guys, we're at the gate now, so that way we can move forward, because Andy's, well, it's late for both of us, but he also can only be up for so long because of his foot and medication and all that. But, quick recap. Last night's stream got messed up, not because we did something wrong, but because OBS decided it was going to decide what it wanted us to, settings to be. So, last night we talked about, some different stuff with TFM, and tonight we're going to kind of nutshell it, and go over some stuff with you, and then
Yeah, we talked for about 2 hours to nothing.
Yeah, we were talking to dead space for 2 hours. And we talked about, it wasn't like just a normal conversation neither. Like, we were talking about important stuff. And, well, here we are. So while we're doing that, I will be doing the flight that I've been flying with a Pilot's Live Chapter 2. I'm going to get that add-on tomorrow. I think that'd be interesting. And we'll talk a little bit about that as well. So, with that said, Andy's here with us. I don't have the chat on yet, but I'm going to turn it on here shortly. But try to wait with questions, bring them in after we're, like, maybe if we're talking about one specific thing, then we're going to move it on. You can throw a question in there, but don't flood us with a bunch of questions until we're, ready to answer, or Andy's ready to answer, because it makes it easier for us to keep everybody on the same page instead of jumping back and forth. So, I will say, I just want to throw this out here real quick, Andy, about A Pilot's Life Chapter 2. I was reading some of the reviews, and some people were so critical to A Pilot's Life Chapter 2 with the add-on, and I don't think it's bad at all. I think it's kind of cool what they're doing. They're trying to simulate the real flight, and you can make adjustments, and I believe you can even make your own audio files, your own custom messages, stuff like that. Someone asked me if we're going to do self-loading cargo anymore. Short answer, no. I'm not even going to mess with it. And yeah, I don't know if you've seen the newest self-loading cargo, but if I want that, I can do packs, and it works just as fine. Just as good.
Yeah, I never used it, so I don't know anything about it.
It's just, it's all over the place with settings, and there's a lot of settings, and they got a lot of settings cluttered all together. They're just all over the place. But why not just use packs, where packs does it, and it's simple. That's just my opinion, though. Vice versa, I do like A Pilot's Life Chapter 2. I like the add-on. I'm going to get it tomorrow. So, anyway, with that said, while Andy's talking, I'm talking, I'll be working on a flight plan. So, Andy, let's do this again.
Yeah.
How do you even start over? I don't remember where we started, what we said first, so we'll just do our best. I mean, that's...
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.3.8.0.
Yeah. So there are two things, major things that I wanted to cover
Simflight DMBH Google Chrome column 4 star untitled notepad column 5 symbol of the pilot's life chapter 202 column 1609.
last night,
Symbol of the pilot's life.
and
Departure time row 0 at 1935
first
only departure.
thing
Arrival airport departure
is-
Kelson row 0 flight row 0 skip full print schedule aircraft licenses preview. Print schedule button skip flight 1 slash print schedule your aircraft combo box collapsed. Your aircraft licenses combo box
bygones
schedule
are
list ground fixed above check box
bygones
flight LENDHD list short ball check box not selected flight
in
simulator expansions button. Flight simulator connected button. Expansion block
dropping
button.
support for
Settings button. Tools button.
simulators.
Reports button. Community button. Shop button. Flight button. Press.
You remember that we were talking last night about dropping support for FSX, and when do we determine that?
And while you're going on that topic, Andy, bring up about the person that had issues. Just clear that up and get that out of the way too, because I don't want to
Which
be
one?
the person that had all these problems with their computer because they did this and did that, and now their computer still doesn't work, by the way. Their computer. But it's not our deal. I'm going to let Andy say it one last time, because fairly, when me and him talked about it last night, y'all didn't hear it, so. But just throw that in there somewhere. You can make it short. You don't got to go into full detail with these guys. They know who they are. They know what's going on. They know where to read it. So if you want to throw it in there, do it. And if not, we won't even talk about it. I'll leave it up to you, my friend.
Yeah, so source builds.
Shop button.
If
Community
you
reports,
go
settings button,
to bvvipilots.net,
Flight
go
simulator
to the
connect, change aircraft button, close airport button.
tutorials, go to building source from
Cruise altitude selection.
Jeff
Spin button. Cruise altitude
source
selection.
how
Edit
to.
38,000.
It
FR 20
explains
cruise
how to
altitude
do it.
selection. Spin button.
There's
Cruise
a
altitude
nice
selection.
little
Edit 38,000.
17-step guide that I wrote
37,000.
up.
36,000.
And before that, there
FR
are
20
some
flight details button. Simple
things
dispatch button.
that people need to
Flight report button.
read, and I'll make a
Submit flight
few
button.
quick bullet points out of
Restart flight
them.
button.
One says you have to
Take
have
review
at
table.
least
Description.
an
Description 1 row 0. Not
intermediate
sorted. Description 1 row 0. Not
knowledge
sorted.
of
Description 1 row 0. Not
technical
sorted. Description 1 row 0.
ability.
Not sorted. Description 1 row 0. Description 1 row 0.
You have to
Description 1 row 0.
have at
Restart
least
flight button.
an intermediate
Auto.
technical
Restart flight.
skill
Auto. Restart
set
flight. Screen review. Terms privacy.
In order to build from the source, you have to know how to install software, you have to know what source means, and you have to be able to follow directions. Troubleshoot whenever it's necessary. Okay, so given that, the next bullet point that I'm going to cover is it also says warning, use at your own risk.
Yeah.
And the next bullet point says if you accept the risk, whatever it may be, and however it may appear, if it even does appear, we, me, Jason, and anyone affiliated directly with TFM is not responsible socially or legally for your inconvenience. And it may seem harsh, but it is a typical standard legal thing that most open source software packages will usually make note of. It's just a standard. It's a standard thing that most people getting things off of GitHub and all that stuff usually will accept the risk.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just putting that out there. If you have troubles, if you have problems, we don't support it.
Well, and the thing is, what good does it do? I understand the frustration behind having to redo your computer and stuff. Andy does too. We both have been down that road, and probably the viewers have been down that road at some point. I understand the frustration. That's not we're not saying that, oh, too bad, it sucks to be you in a mean way, but it's the fact that when stuff happens, it's not our fault. In no way. No way at all.
Yep. For an example, in the source builds, the airport's database is busted. So while it's becoming a known thing that it's busted.
Yeah.
And so it is, or should be, understood that you would be well aware of the fact that the airport's database is busted. And if you're well aware of the fact that the airport's database is busted, it's your responsibility to deal with it because it's public knowledge. The reason I say it's public knowledge is because if you go through the repository's commit history, it says all over in there that the airport's database is busted, it needs to be rebuilt, there's some things in there to try to fix it. So,
and just for the record, Andy is trying to fix it. Like, I've been, I guess you can say, the one of the guinea pigs here, trying to help figure it out. We tried a couple things, and it's just still busted, and it's, yeah, just be patient with him. I mean, the guy's still, trying to get better with his foot, so be patient.
yep. Use at your own risk. You should know because the commit messages, what's wrong with it, is available to everyone in public view. So if you didn't look and you decided to use it and it breaks and it kills your flight, crashes your computer, crashes your airplane, deletes your simulator, eats half of your dogs and part of your cat, then you should have known that in advance.
Yeah, it's just one of them things that, I mean, part of doing, part of pitching in with source builds and doing, pushes and stuff it's just part of it. I mean, it's just part of it.
Yep. So, we'll clear that up. We're not responsible. You take it at your own risk. Use as is, and we will not give you support about it. We won't help you fix it. We won't help you troubleshoot it. We won't help you install the stuff in order to actually do it. Because all that stuff is already available somewhere else.
Yeah. And I mean, well, like you said, there's enough information that you shouldn't have no problems, and if you do, you're doing something wrong. Or it's something on your end that has nothing to do with it at all. You know, with source
Pretty
builds
much.
and yeah. So
Yeah. So we move on to
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.33.8.
we
Forms
were
main row 1 column 2 close and check
talking
spoofing. BFLD close and check BFF
about
first BFF flow before taxis flow before CH message connecting
when
generate.
do we end
Bang.
support
WASM
for
interface WASM 1 bang connecting
simulators?
generate messages. CHKLST CHKLST.
Because there's still issues
Edit
going
red only selected
on
offline.
about
Close and check spoof. Edit red close and check spoofing before CHKLST
P3D
taxi CHKLST
support
after start flow start engines button
dying.
before start CHKLS before start flow but BFLT CH BFLT flow but edit red only selected
And we
offline.
were talking about how it took forever for FSX
Restart
support
configure
to
support button buttons.
end.
Connect. Edit red only selected offline.
And the
yeah.
major thing
Offline
that we look at as
info options WASM
TFM
interface info connection links
is
1.0 WASM interface info messages CHK before start before 2
how many
CHKLST
people
CHKLS
are
messages
still left
info
on
for
that
start starting
particular
FSVC7
simulator.
forms.main Microsoft Flight
Because
Simulator 1.
if the majority of our
Home.
users
Items view list.
are
Quick preview. Level 2 Windows. C.
moving
Items view list.
off
Double side.
of
Flight Simulator for topics of next 3 of
3D
8. Items. Data free.
onto
Items view list. X. Tab selected 1 of 3. User. That free of free.
or
User. That notepad.
at
Text.
some
KTS.
point
Options. Benchmark. Settings. XP.
2024,
Throughout. Sim. Down. Conflict. Call. VSP. React. IND.
then
Call.
we
Roll.
have
Take.
to
Roll. Call. Roll. Call.
seriously
Call.
look
Call.
at,
ID. Call. Info.
okay,
MMD.
if you
MMD.
have a
MMD.
couple
Size. MMD.
scattered
MMD. 0.
people
MMD.
here and
MMD.
there,
MMD.
is
7 equals.
it
DRDM. Settings. Length
not
equals.
trying
Settings.
to
Length
be
equals. Settings.
mean
Weight
to
equals. Set
those
rails equals. Walk around
people,
equals 1.
but is
Run
it
FLT.
worth
CDR. FLT. MSDS. Cabin MSDS equals. Force on top equals 0.
spending all that
Auto close
time
equals 0.
and all that effort supporting one or two people when you have 50 or 60 or more on
Notepad dialog notepad. Text
this
editor document
next
altitude
one
36,000 feet. Data row 1
that
column 2
need
9. Data items view list. User that free of star
that
untitled notepad.
needs
Text editor.
support?
Folder view list. Simming files 27. Simming files. Items view list. Flight simulator first officer. Cut and copy rename share delete top of run as administrator A2. Items view list. Flight simulator. Forms main. Close and check
And
spoofing.
so, you know, just like it took us over a year to
Restart config support
figure
button
out
buttons.
that we
Connect.
could do 2020, it took over a
Close
year
and check
for us
spoofing.
to
BFLT
drop
row. Simming
support
files row 1
for
column 2. Simming files. Items.
FSX.
Star untitled notepad. Star
So
untitled.
even
Forms
though
main row
there's
1 column
not
2 9.
any immediate
Forms main. Star
plans
Microsoft
to
Flight Simulator.
drop
Microsoft Flight
support
Simulator.
for P3D 5 or 4 at this point, it could take well over a year or more for us to even try to start moving over. So those people who are on P3D 4 and 5, there's nothing to worry about for the time being. Just keep doing what you've been doing. And we will go from
Good
there.
evening, Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.33.8.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's basically a summary of what TFM stuff has been doing, and we were talking about
Oxygen level 66%. Nose gear light on. Left gear light on.
where TFM came from. Like, how long has it been? You
Oh
know,
yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
yeah, where we started from and where we're at now, which is a huge jump.
Yeah, and I think we might even and we'll explain this more in a little bit, but we was talking about the giveaway stuff we're going to be doing here in a few weeks, and one of the questions was
Halifax Tower Air Canada tree, 90414 miles, northwest inbound,
about the
ILS
birthday for
runway,
TFM.
14 approach.
So
Air
Yeah, it's
Canada,
sample.
Navigator 4,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Halifax
so we were
Tower.
throwing out a couple of
Altimeter
sample
29
questions
decimal,
about
905,
things
wind
like
calm, cleared ILS runway, 14 approach.
a couple of sample questions on TFM that you might see when they do these giveaway thingies. And
Yeah.
one of them is, what is TFM's official birthday?
Yeah. Yep. And I don't know. We might even use that question because it's a simple question, but people maybe they because obviously, if you're watching the live stream and Andy says, okay, first question, we're going to do this one for the $50 Mad Catch giveaway. What was TFN's birthday? Even though you could go look, by the time you go look, someone else is going to beat you to the answer. So, try to. The reason we're doing this is, one, to interact you with the stream more, to keep you more, paying attention to what we're doing, what we're talking about, and to keep it fair and at the same time simple, but not too simple. So Andy will be coming up with questions on all these cash giveaways. So, and I might throw him a list of 5 different questions that he might missed a stream that I did, and I'm like, oh, this would be good if we put this in there. But other than that, I don't know what he's going to ask. So people can't be like, oh, well, that's really not fair because Andy's right there with you. Well, we're not. It's not about cheating. It's not about, okay, well, we like Brandon better than Tom or Sally, so we're gonna tell Brandon what. Like, it doesn't work that way. We want to keep it fair. It's just a way to say, hey, thanks for being a part of the streams. Thanks for watching. Thanks for, giving us your insights about TFN, just communicating. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And then we're going to do probably one, maybe 2 equipment giveaways. And I'm not talking about, like, nothing that's $500 because, well, that'd be a bit extreme. Unless it was something really big, like TFN, they will do something bigger. So hopefully everybody is still hearing us. I'm almost 100%.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
Means it worked. So we should be good. So in a nutshell about P3D, it's really not that it's being left in the dark, because you can still fly with it, even if new stuff comes out. Like, let me make a good point to you guys. And this is for those of you that are on P3D5. Let's just say you're on P3D5 and you find out that TFM now supports the A320 Neo. Are you really going to complain because you can't fly on P3D5? Or are you going to be like, no, I'm just going to go get 2020? I know what I would do. Even if I had to save a little bit of money, you can get on 2020 pretty easily.
CDU message clear.
First of all, because you can get that pass or whatever it's called, right, Andy? Like
Game Pass, yeah, new subscribers, I think, can get it for like $4 a month.
Yeah, and that's the easy way. And then PMDG, if you want that, you can get the 700 for like...
The 600 is like $39.
Yeah, or the 600 even. Which that thing can be tricky sometimes. Man, that thing's like a little rocket. But yeah, so it's not like, oh well, we're leaving P3D5 behind because we just don't want to deal with it. But why put the energy into it when everybody's going to 2020? I mean, me and Andy was sketchy about 2020. Even Declan, sketchy about 2020.
Heading out for my checks.
And well, look at where we are now.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.33.8.
We're on 2020. So
Menu PMDG 700.
I just don't think it's that big of a deal.
Less FMC less. Island. Model 1. 730. Map 2. Air 1. Land 3. Posted 1. Last 1. And 40 Air 2.
Yeah, and you figure this too, I think Declan in his last weekly update about this whole issue.
Posted last 1. Air 2.
Kind of made a good point, you know, for all of us who use PMDG stuff, which is better of the majority of us now, are waiting for the heavies to come over to 2020. Chances are, you know, predicting chances are that once all the PMDG heavies are moved over to 2020, there's going to be a lot of people dropping P3D like flies.
/05
Yeah.
N046 DCT N005
They're going to be dropping it like hot potatoes.
CDU number 1 departures 1
Because a lot of times, you know, in most cases, the only thing that's holding people there are the heavies.
Space land 2
Yeah.
land 3 CDU number 1 execute available CDU
And the
number
other
2
point that he
available
also made too is the last time
PMDG
PMDG updated anything in P3 was back in January.
Oh, for P3D?
Yeah, the last time they updated anything for P3D was back in January, and they've even made the statement that all of their P3D stuff is quality of life. Which basically means that when the 77s and the 47s hit 2020 and they start on the max 10, the chances are PMDG stuff for P3D will be end of life. Which means no features, no bug fixes, no security fixes. Basically, they're done. What you have is what you got. And they would only fix something if it didn't require a whole lot of attention or detail, and the problem that they're trying to fix totally breaks the fact that you can't even use it. So, they're even coming close to the end of life for the P3D stuff.
Have you ever flown to mmun?
Cancun?
I guess that's what it is, but it gave me runway 30L, but that's an RNAV. Do you think I should stick with that or change it to one of these ILSs that I see?
If I were you, I'd change it to an ILS.
Now, the question is, how do I know what's a good star, though? Because obviously it's not on my flight plan.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, maybe just pick it and set it up and then look at the leg to see how it looks.
Pretty much.
Alright, we'll just try. Try that. We'll try this and see what happens.
CDU number 1 exit. RTE Lex 1/7 degrees 2 is /2 of 2 Kevu /2 of /.
Okay, here we go.
Star untitled notepad Microsoft Flight Simulator 1 forms main column 4 of 10. Close and checklist grouping.
Sometimes you get them, because I don't really feel comfortable doing an RNAV at an airport that I don't really know that well. That's why I was like, maybe that's not a good idea.
Yeah, so this next flight that I have,
Pause. Performance. Close and check performance. Close and checklist grouping.
I have to
button. Before start after taxi. Restart and fix support buttons. Connect voice pause performance.
pilot's life hasn't me going into an airport where there are no ILS runways at all.
1,000, 30,000, 33,000.
There's no what?
34,000, 35,000, 36,000.
There are no ILS runways at all.
Combo box select 1
They're
selected.
all
Combo
VFR.
5, 10 button. Combo box select 2 is selected.
Really?
1 button.
Yep,
So they're all VNAVs?
Combo box button.
they're all RNAV, yeah.
Or not VNAV.
Button. Combo box collapse. Edit plan. Edit selected 31,251. Combo box select button. Combo box select on. Unselected. Edit selected. Edit selected. Edit selected. Edit selected. Edit selected. 0. Edit selected 31,600. Edit selected mmun. 30 button.
The thing
Combo box
about
collapse. Edit plan.
them
4 button.
is
Combo box 25. 30.
they're not bad.
40. 0 button. Combo box collapse 1, 1 selected, 2, 3, edit selected 200. Edit selected 0, edit selected 9, edit selected 4. Download SIMDRF button.
Okay, here we
Restart
go.
config support button, load aircraft /4 buttons. Connect, voice, pause, performance. Performance data grouping.
I don't think that RNAVs are bad, really. I've landed
Forms.main. At RTE 1 /7 p.m. Star Untitled Microsoft Flight Simulator. Microsoft Flight Sim.
I've landed RNAV, and you would think it was an ILS with how good that it did. Because they're not, it just depends on, I think the biggest thing is on the RNAV is what is your transition and what is your surroundings as far as, you know, like, are there mountains, you know, near the runway? Are you, you know, all that stuff matters. But if you got a pretty open runway and it doesn't have a crazy descent, they're not bad. I mean, well, me and you both have had crazy descents even on 2020, like going from 34,000 to 10,000.
Yep. Yep.
And 2020 handles it beautifully. Well, PMDG/2020.
Yep.
Let me ask you, not really a spoiler here, but on the future of TFM, now this doesn't really give anything away, I don't think. Are we looking at any new ideas? And I don't mean for you to tell me exactly the rundown of it if you've got ideas, but are we looking at any new ideas with RNAVs?
Yeah, we are.
Awesome. I guess it's going to be important, you guys, when he does release something, at some point when he releases something that's new, you might want to read them blogs and you might want to check out them sneak peeks, because I got a feeling he is going to be even throwing me for a loop. Because he likes keeping me on the edge of things with these sneak peeks. He'll release something and then 3 days later he'll kind of give me a little hint of, you know, hey John, like as an example, he'll be like, yeah man, I just added a way to catch the ILS, you know, like, and throw this new feature at me, and then like 3 days I'm waiting to do the next sneak peek because he's got me at the edge of my seat like, oh man, this is going to be good. But I like the sneak peeks. I think that the sneak peeks gives a good perspective on what's going on, even if you've got where you're doing your own pushes for stuff. I think there's still going to be stuff in sneak peek that you won't get necessarily from just because you've got the source to push it. Because it
Oh
might,
yeah,
you know,
'cause the source code's not going to give you an explanation and an example on how to use it.
right. So, so are you back? Did you, you got a Pilot Life Chapter 2 back installed and getting it back up and...
It's not installed yet. I have to get it installed, and I have to, before Saturday, I'm gonna have to get a flight in so I have my bearings on what's going on, because I haven't done a flight in over a month.
Did you see the latest on the tools option with the Pilot with Chapter 2, where you can put in custom flights? You can even buy.
Yeah.
I don't know what the purpose of the tickets
Aircraft
are.
is
You can even
good.
buy tickets, and I'm not sure what that's about. But you can go and click on tickets, and you can put in where you're looking to fly from, and it will give you all the airport or all the airlines that are doing that flight. I don't know the purpose behind that,
CDU number to execute key available.
but
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Left
CDU
FMC
message
icon.
displayed.
CDU number
Unable
icon.
280
CDU number
ATS at Paul.
they got some cool stuff. They definitely got, you know, you can
CDU number
invest
to
in
execute key available.
stock, you can invest in doing training, like ways to make money
Yep.
outside of just doing the flights. So I kind of like it.
Let's
Yeah,
MCU
it's
drive MC
pretty
model. CPU
cool.
number.
It gives you, there's things you can buy that will give you higher experience levels and all that stuff too.
Yeah, now I can tell you that when you buy an airplane, when you start out, like if you buy a 739, and
Yeah, camera.
then let's say that
Yeah,
in
camera
your
light off.
contract, they say, okay, we want you to fly the 737. You can still,
Emergency exit lights on. Emergency exit and slash arm light off.
still fly a
Seatbelt select throttle.
737 because it
Left side window
covers
on. Left forward window
any
on.
of the planes
Right forward window
in
on.
that
Right side window on. Left forward
family,
window.
like
Right forward
737,
window light on.
700,
Right side window light on.
800, 900,
Left back auto.
900
Right back auto.
ER.
Isolation valve auto. Isolation.
So at
Flight
least you
altitude.
don't got to buy
Ignition console.
individual airplanes unless you're
Auto
going
brake disarm
from
light
like
on.
a
Altimeter.
737 to a A320.
Left flight director on.
Then
Right flight director on. Right flight director on. Auto throttle arm. Auto throttle arm light on. Auto throttle arm switch on. Auto throttle light.
But I like what they've done.
36,000.
Tomorrow we'll, and if you want to join on the stream while we do it, Andy, we'll show them about the add-on, that newest thing, which is, I think it simulates everything. It simulates cruise, it simulates departure
GPW resident light on.
with, you know, the flight attendant talking to you.
GPW resident light off.
So we'll see how that
Left low light slope light on. Right low light slope light on.
pans out
Pull
tomorrow.
up.
Left low light slope light off. Right low light slope light off.
Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Terrain. Terrain. Pull
What is your
up.
thoughts,
GPW
Andy,
resident light
on
off.
the flying the 730,
Sink rate.
the 700
Pull
freighter?
up.
How do you
Terrain.
like that one? I
Pull
like it
up.
personally. I think it handles
Don't sink.
amazingly.
Don't sink.
But
Terrain.
I don't normally fly a
low,
37 freighter. I usually
Too
do
low,
the heavies.
flaps. Too low. Terrain.
yeah,
Glide
well,
slope.
on 2020
angle,
we're kind of
bank angle.
limited on
Approaching minimums.
heavy because
Minimums.
the biggest we can
2,500.
fly is a 39 right now,
1,000.
the ER.
500.
Yeah.
400.
Anybody heard anything lately
300.
on PMDG with the
200.
new builds?
100.
The 777, I think, is what
30.
they're working on, I
20.
think.
10.
I think it entered into private beta or
Wind
it's
shear.
just about ready
Wind
to
shear.
be,
Wind
so
shear. Too low. Terrain.
I think we're looking
Caution.
at the
Terrain.
public starting to see it sometime
Oh, it should be
Either-
nice.
towards the end of this year or the beginning of next
GPW resident
year.
light off.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I mean, we were blown away with how good it was on 2020 with the 737s. I think the 777 is going to be. It's going to
Transponder
blow
mode off.
our
Transponder mode
rocks
STD light.
off. I really do. I think the quality is going to be absolutely amazing. I do wish 2020 would fix the door issue, where you can have doors, you know. But I don't know if they're ever going to do that.
Probably not.
Anti-skid light
I'm
on. Right master
guessing
caution light on.
they're
Right master
going to
caution light
just
on.
roll it into 2024.
Probably.
Which I guess I can understand it. I've heard for them to add doors, they'd have to do a whole lot of rearranging, I guess. You wouldn't think the door would be that complicated.
But here again, like we said before in the past, it's better to catch it early because by the time you get to the point where it's too late, even for something as simple as a door
Yep,
or a panel,
yep,
it would be too hard to unwind all that stuff and rebuild it.
yeah. So I guess with saying that, it does make it easier to understand why 2020 is like, well, we're not going to fix it now. I guess I can understand why, because, you know, look at all the code you had wrapped up in the TFM. Imagine the code that they've got wrapped up into 2020, and we had to go and dig all that back out.
Yep.
So, I'm going to turn on the chat now. That way, if
Yeah.
you guys want to ask questions, you can.
Folder view list. SLC types. Sim market 4 of 31. Simming files 27 of 31. Simming files. Items view list.
Comment
Restream chat 7
whatever
of 10.
you might have.
Cut copy rename share LED pop-up window run as administrator. Items new list. Restream chat 7 of 10.
We'll open up the restream chat.
Restream chat
here.
row 1 column 1. Restream chat. Header clickable. Clickable. 93%. 0%. Title message. Edit. Clickable. Clickable menu button sub. Title message. Edit blank. Clickable menu button sub menu. Button disable. To prevent double posting, we recommend that you only enable chat timers in one instance. Button if you want to enable chat timers, we notice you have reply commands configured in your settings. The chat is waiting for new messages.
Wait, do we have it
Restream
already
chat.
open somewhere? Hold on, guys.
Simming files. Items new. Microsoft Forms.act art star untitled sim for the pilot ops 29 number general BV sim flight GMDH sim market flights alternative format text without user simming files row 1 column 1 1 of 11.
I don't
Simming files.
see
Items new list.
it,
Restream
but
forms
let me
name.
make sure, 'cause
Folder
it
view
gave
list.
me a weird message.
Page rack. Search with task HP show with icons button. Pilot edge pilot client NDID Discord button sim brief FSUI piece.
Okay, no,
Sim brief
it's
download
not.
Discord button 3 of 12. Show hidden icons hide button. Show hidden forms.main.
I
Folder
just
view list.
wanted
Simming
to
files
make
LC
sure
text shortcut 31 of recycle bin
before
sim market 4 for simming files 27. Simming files. Items new. Restream chat 7 of 10.
Okay.
Restream chat row 1 column 1. Restream chat. Title message. Clickable menu button sub menu. Button disable. To prevent double posting, we recommend that you only enable chat timers in one instance. Button enable. We want to enable chat timers, we notice you have reply commands configured in your settings. The chat is waiting for new messages.
It says it only
Heading
in
level 3
one
rate. Header clickable.
instance, but
Clickable.
I don't
Clickable.
see another
Clickable. Clickable. Out of header at the chat is waiting for new
instance.
message. We want to enable chat to prevent double posting. Button disable. Clickable menu button sub menu. Clickable title message. Edit.
Is somebody watching?
Restream chat.
Go ahead and type something and let me see. Well,
Restream chat.
hold on.
Simming files. Items view list.
Something real quick.
Task manager. List of
I
items.
didn't pull up the task manager. That'll tell me.
Process. Process. Runtime broker collapse row. Windows processes grouping. Background processes grouping. Process. RTK out. Process. RTK out. Process. Runtime broker collapse. Windows processes grouping. Process. Registry row 100. Background processes grouping. Process. RTK out. Process. RTK out. User 64. Collapse row 111 level 1.
I don't see it under task manager.
Simming files. Items view list. Restream chat 7.
So
Save
what
modify.
it's
Restream chat 7.
saying when I
Copy.
load
Copies.
it,
Rename. Share. Delete. Delete. Pop up. Windows. Run as administrator. A2 of 9. Items view list. Restream chat 7 of 10.
it's saying
Restream chat row 1 column 1. Restream chat 2%. Header clickable. 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 Header. Progress bar 2. 13 for title message. Edit blank. Clickable menu button sub button disable. To prevent double posting, we recommend that you only out of
Rook
double.
Talon. How much is this pilot's life add-on cost?
okay, there we go.
Might be
Good
better
deal.
than Aviatif.
Brooke wants to know how much that's a pilot's life chapter 2 costs. It said it might be better than Aviatype. Well, there's a difference between Aviatype and a pilot's life chapter 2 is it's still got its big differences.
Rook Talon. Hello there. Peyton Herrick. Hey, you were on the enable button.
I know what I was on, Peyton. I don't want to enable because I thought I had another instance. So, Aviatype has got a lot of different things that a pilot's life doesn't have. So,
Restream chat.
I would not fly on Aviatype because of a pilot's life because they're still different. Yeah, you can buy planes through the pilot's life chapter 2. You can get different contracts, but Aviatype, there's the jobs are just totally different the way it does it. So I wouldn't say, yeah, buy chapter 2. No, don't fly on Aviatype because I mean I've got them both. And yeah, I don't know if you fly on Aviatype or not, but
Restream chat. We want to enable
I
chat timers.
don't
Notice anywhere
know.
on the enable button. 2312. Button. Peyton Herrick.
yeah. So
Simming files row 1 column 2 to simming files items. Restream chat row 1 column.
that.
Forms.main row 1 column 2 to
In
11.
either
Forms.main.
case, a pilot's life is, I
Edit red only selected reflect low.
believe,
Close and check
around
screen.
$30 US.
Yeah, $30, and the add-on is €7. I was trying to get it to tell me in dollars. Well, I can tell you what that would be. It'd be about. Let me see here.
I'm guessing probably around 10.
What is €7 in US dollars? Oh, hold on. What is €7 in US dollar? Oh, $7.57.
Peyton Herrick. It is $7.57.
I'm already ahead of you, Peyton. But thanks for looking, I guess. So yeah, it's not not much of a difference. So, we'll see.
Rook Talon. I've been flying Aviatif for a while. I'm just using the free version though, so I don't really know what I'm missing out on.
Okay, I was messaging the
Forms.name.
fiance here.
Restream chat row 1 column 2 restream chat hello there. Peyton Derek. Button 23K you were on Peyton Derek. Button 20 for the separate tab. Button 20 for I've been flying the Vital for a while. I'm just using the free version, so I don't really know what I'm missing out on.
Okay, so the free version compared to the paid version on Aviatif, if you pay the upgrade, you then can use AI, and you get AI. So let's say you got a flight and you got to fly the PMDG on Aviatif, which it takes you a while. You got to work your way up or rent it. But to do that with the upgraded version, you would hire an AI co-pilot. You would hire an AI flight attendant, and then you can also have conversations with them, full conversations. I think it's like $9 a month or something like that. It's pretty cool. I've got the upgraded account. I don't know if I'm going to keep it, but I've got it. We'll see how it goes. So.
Restream chat. Forms.name row 1 column 2 to 11. Forms.name flows and checklist grouping. Pre-FLT flow button.
Alright, so we did the pre-flight flow.
After pre-FL flow, before taxi flow, before CH message pre-flight flow completed.
So now we
Pre-FLT CH KLST button. Pre-FLT flow, pre-FLT CH KLST button. Before start flow button. Pre-FLT CH KLST button. Pressed.
do that now.
Are you ready for the
Restream chat
briefing?
row 1 Microsoft
It will
Flight
be a
Simulator 1.
left seat
Microsoft Flight Simulator.
takeoff from Charlie,
I'm trying to think
Yankee,
what to talk about,
Hotel,
guys, and I feel like we're
Zulu,
missing stuff. We
2,
probably are.
Mike,
I'm just trying
Mike,
to think.
uniform, November. Taxi route is per ATC instruction.
Probably.
We'll be departing on runway 05. Climbing via the departure procedures to an initial altitude of 36,000
I
feet.
feel like that's all I
Standard
can
reject and
remember
emergency
for now.
procedures apply. Any questions?
I can't remember anything else neither. I know
Pre-flight checklist. Oxygen.
Tested.
last night
Navigation,
we went into
transfer and display
detail
switches.
on
Normal and auto.
Window heat.
setting up the
on.
source field,
Pressurization
where you
mode
gotta
selector.
go.
Auto.
Flight
We-
instruments.
Andy even
Heading
went
set,
through some
altimeter
of the
set.
steps.
Parking brake.
He did make a point on it again, pointed out that, basically what happened if you mess something up.
Parking
how
brake.
TFM or anybody else at that matter is, responsible, because nobody.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.33.8.0. Num lock off. Num lock on. Parking brake on.
Set.
Parking brake light on.
Fuel
And that's
control
not in a
switches.
mean way,
Cut
that's
off.
just in a
Checklist
way of,
complete.
hey, if you break something, you're kind of on your own.
Left half fuel pump on. Left half fuel pump on. Right forward fuel pump on. Right half fuel pump on. Right half fuel pump on. Engine number 1 act low pressure light off. Left center fuel pump on. Engine number 2 act low pressure light.
You're doing at
Engine number
all.
1 center low pressure. Engine number 2 center low pressure. Left master caution light off. Flight control below pressure. Field pressure light off.
I mean,
Right
you
reserve
see
cam off.
what I did. I got with you and you helped me. Now, granted, guys,
Wind lights on.
he helped
Wind
me,
on.
but that
Logo on.
was just because we
Flight
were
deck door denied.
talking,
Flight deck door auto.
and I mean, we do stuff. I don't program,
Rook
but we
Talon.
still do stuff together.
Definitely sounds cool, but if you are using the PMDG, aren't you just going to fly it manually anyway?
What do you mean by flying the PMDG manually? I was saying on Aviatif you can rent. The AI doesn't fly the plane for you, but they simulate it with the AI where you got to have a co-pilot. You got to hire a co-pilot. And if you got more than 12 people on a plane, you got to have a flight attendant. So that was just part of that upgrade if you upgrade to the AI package with Aviatif. Even on Aviatif, you still got to fly the PMDG the way that we're flying it now. I wouldn't necessarily say manually, I don't think.
Probably not.
I wish I could fly it manually. If I could take off manually, though, and do a whole flight manually and land it manually, I'll tell you what. I better not be asking anybody how to do anything after that, because that's almost impossible for us. I mean, really. At least right now it is.
No comment.
Yeah. So, everything I wanted to bring up, is, I didn't see this email until last night after we'd already done. Somebody asking about the best option for learning how to fly on VATSIM. I'm gonna throw that at you first, Andy.
Rook Talon.
Going through
Oh, real neat.
some of the setup stuff here, but what would you say to that? The best route for learning VATSIM. I know they got stuff on the website, some training stuff, but
I'd go through some of that and watch videos of people that are doing it online.
yeah. Maybe at some point I might do a VATSIM thing. As a matter of fact, if you go back, you'll probably find something on VATSIM. And even with things updating and stuff like that, it's still, I mean, it's pretty simple. If you are going to get on VATSIM, one, you need to know how to do callbacks. You know, when you request an IFR clearance, you need to know.
Rook Talon. And I meant manually compared to just pressing Ctrl plus Alt plus X and letting it fly for you.
Oh, no, you don't do that with the PMDG anyways. No, you don't use AI with the PMDG, even on Aviatype. You still fly it the way that I'm
Hayden
flying
Herrick.
this right now.
Tampa to Orlando is a good one.
Tampa to Orlando, that's a... I mean, where you go is not about learning VATSIM though, Peyton. That doesn't help somebody that's new on VATSIM. You need to know the language. You need to know, like, if Andy was taking off, he would request an IFR clearance, and he would need, and well, obviously he does know it. What I mean by that is when they give you headings, you need to know what to do, how to go to that heading. I don't know. Watch videos. I think is the best route. I think because you're gonna learn a lot that way.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.
What do you think, Andy?
Microsoft Flight. Forms.main. Flows and checklist grouping. 3FLTCHKLSD.
Yeah, I would
Flow. Before start. Flow. Before
probably
stage
look
message.
at
Before
their
start. Flow.
training stuff on their website
Before start.
because
Flow
it
button.
tells you how to. It goes step by step
Before
on
start.
how to do their
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.
callbacks.
Microsoft Flight. Forms.main. Screen chat column 311. Act RT Lex 1
And then I
7
would
PM. Act RT Lex 1
watch
7 PM.
at.
Selection removed. Land 1, Land 2, Land 3, PM 4, Land 5. FS
Then I
action
would
free.
watch some videos
Let's
to
go cruise
see
radar auto.
how
Let's go auto
people
free.
do
Let's go
it,
cruise.
so you can
2,
actually get the
1.
hang
Let's open
of
door.
it
Door
in
break. 2. Let's
progress.
open door. Ground 2. Let's stay low. Auto free. Let's doors. Land 4. Let's push back.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think as long as, I mean, if VATSIM's not impossible, and I for the most part, anybody can fly on there as long as you can follow directions.
Push back PMDG 737 CDU. Oxygen level 67%. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.33.8.01 column 2. Forms.main column 3 flows and checklist grouping. Before start CHKLSD button. Before start flow button. Before start CHKLSD button. Press.
Before start
Push back PMDG.
checklist.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1. Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Flight
Hayden
deck
Herrick.
door.
Closed and locked.
I've got a lot
Fuel.
of videos
3,
of me flying
1,
on
1,
VATSIM.
5, 6 pounds.
Check.
Passenger signs.
Set.
MCP.
Okay,
Speed.
so
1, 3, 2. Heading. 5, 3. Altitude. 3, 6, 0, 0, 0.
Check.
Takeoff speeds. V1, 1, 2, 5. VR, 1, 2, 6. V2, 1, 3, 2.
Set.
CDU preflight.
Completed.
Rudder and aileron trim.
3 and 0.
Taxi and takeoff
anything else you
briefing.
wanna add,
Completed.
Andy, about
Anti-collision
DFM,
lights.
anything
On.
Checklist complete.
that's coming up, anything?
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1. Forms.main
Yeah,
01
the
column 2 11.
anniversary flight on Saturday.
Push back PMDG 737 CDU. Red only multi-line select degrees comms. Push back 4, 0.
Just
Drops
as
to
a
5. Less
reminder
access
out
movement
there,
break.
fly
Land 5.
what you
Less access
want.
movement. Land 5, colon, space, less X.
Yeah, you're right. I about forgot.
Degrees 4. Shock 5. Less X set slash remove non-greater. Shock 4. 0. Degrees 3. Turn up 2. Less straight out key. Push style units.
Yep.
2. Less straight out key. Push 2. Less. Push style 2. Less straight out key. Turn up 3. No turn. Turn nose 3. Right.
Left nose.
Turn nose 3. Left. Degrees 4. 90. Shock 5. Less set slash X remove non-greater.
Okay, right sub 5.
Degrees 4. 9. Shock 5. Less set slash X remove non-greater. Shock select 5. Land 6. Land 5. Less set slash X remove non-greater. Shock select 5. Less set slash X remove non-greater. Land 5. E. S. Less space. Colon. 5. Colon space less S. E. Land 5. Less set slash X remove non-greater. Shock select 5. Less set slash X refresh button alt plus R. Pressed. Edit red on degrees 4. 9. Select 5. Less RTPX 200 greater. Land 5. Less RTPX 200 greater.
I don't know why here lately I've been doing Alt R to refresh on the CDU, but I end up having to tab to the refresh button for some reason, and I'm not sure. Is that command not in with the regular TFM? Is that why? Am I using a command that doesn't exist?
No, it should be in there.
Degrees 4. 90. Select 5.
I used it earlier today.
5. Less RTPX 200 greater.
Okay. Maybe it's just acting silly.
Cockpit to ground.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.33. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.33.8.0.
Go ahead. We've been cleared for pushback and start. They want the tail to our left.
Tail to the left.
Ready to push. Tail to the left. Park brakes off.
Num lock off. Num lock on.
Off.
Parking brake off. Parking brake on. Parking brake off. Parking brake light off.
That is off.
Brakes
I don't know
released.
why it's been acting like that. It's really weird. I'm doing Alt R and like
Brakes released. Here we go.
Rook Talon. Just looked at the VATSIM front page and wow, they are serious.
Pushback PMDG 737 CT01 column 2 through 11. Forms.main column 3 of 11. Forms.main close it.
yeah, they're
Start engines button. After start flow button. Start engine before start CHKLST button. CH message before land was interplan before start checklist completed. Start engines button. Pressed.
they're pretty serious on VATSIM.
Microsoft
Starting
Flight Simulator
engine
1.33.
2.
Microsoft Flight.
Don't get that confused because the pilot is, because VATSIM is still, you can't go on there acting a fool because, well,
Engine number 2 hydraulic pump low pressure light off.
wrong ATC and they'll put you in your place real quick, won't they, Andy?
Engine number 2 wheel valve light closed. Engine number 2 star valve light closed. Engine number 2 star valve light in transit. Engine number 2
They've
wheel
done
valve
it
light in
to me
transit. Engine number 2 star valve light closed. Engine number 2 wheel valve light closed. Number 2 starter engaged. Number 2 wheel valve open. Number 2 generator active.
We could go down
Number
the
2 ignition
list on some crazy stuff that we've been through on VATSIM. I think the funniest VATSIM thing I've ever seen, though, not saying
Number 2
names,
starter off.
but this will ring a bell to you. I'm not actually sure where I am at the moment.
Drive number 2 light off. Engine number 2
You
auto.
know where that's coming from, right? You know?
Engine 2 cut out.
Pushback complete.
Yeah.
And I'm not dogging or
Starting engine 1.
Engine number 1 DRE. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.33. 0 knots ground speed.
Just like, how do you
Num lock
do
off.
that?
Num lock on.
How does that happen?
Parking brake on. Parking brake light on.
But I've done silly
Right recorder light on.
too,
Captain's pivot light off.
so-
Left elevator pivot light off. Left alpha main light off. Left temp probe light off. Left slash OPOD light
How
off. Right
about
elevator
my
pivot light off. Right alpha main light off. OPOD light off. Engine number 1 hydraulic pump low pressure light off. 50 on.
feet per minute
Engine
descent
number 1 fuel valve light closed.
into
Engine
New
number 1
York.
star valve light closed. Engine number 1 fuel valve light in transit. Engine number 1 star valve light in transit. Engine number 1 fuel valve light closed. Engine number 1 star valve light closed. Number 1 starter engaged. Number 1 fuel valve open. Number 1 generator active.
Hayden Herrick. I
Number 1
got
ignition on.
called
How
a
the
rogue
controller's
aircraft
like-
once.
Well, there's a field off to like a mile or so away if you want to land there. There aren't any lights or anything. And I'm flying this big old
Number one, start
huge A321. He wants me to land in a cornfield.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I
Right,
crashed
number one,
and he says, oh, okay. He says, I'm going to send
number one.
emergency personnel to you then.
Engine one
Stand
cut out.
by.
Rook Talon. Also, I need to get in contact with you because I'm running
And I,
slow
like,
for the first time and it says
when I
I need to
landed,
change
my-
some settings before
My
it
descent
works.
rate was negative 72,000 feet per minute.
Forms.main row pushback PMD restream chat column 4 restream chat row 1 column 1. Button setting button connected to pilot graphic button clickable type of message clickable menu button disable to prevent double posting. We want to enable need to change
All
some settings.
engines
Also I need to get in
stable.
contact with you because 2328. Also I need to get in contact with you because I'm running slow for the first time. I need to get in contact with you because I'm running slow. Space F S F O generate space.
CDU message displayed.
C4 right
CDU
first
message
time.
cleared.
And it says I need to change some settings before it works. Do you want to right enable chat? Left back auto, right back auto, enable button, disable button, enable button. We want to enable chat timers. We notice you have reply commands configured in your settings. App generate bus light on to prevent double posting. Clear button disable. Engine number 1 con clickable menu button sub menu. Engine number 2 clickable type of message edit. Taxi light on. Taxi on.
Um,
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.3. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.33.
I'll tell you what, if you want to catch up with me tomorrow, we can meet up on Discord or something outside of a stream, and I can help you with some stuff with the FSFO.
Transponder mode off. Transponder mode XTNDR. Transponder mode top. Transponder mode top /RA.
Check the door.
There are some settings you got to do, so I don't mind helping out on that. We've all been down that road, so I need to get FS Tramp finished and installed for V3D5 because I'd like to do a long haul flight. Well, I guess I could still do it on 2020 with one of the other airplanes, but I just had to use AI, which is fine. But I don't know. I like flying the 7.4 though, so I'll probably get it finished, getting it installed.
Taxiway assist.
So we're on the taxiway here at cyhz.
Taxiway assist. Fall River, Nova Scotia, Canada. 6.0 nautical miles. 244 degrees.
Scotia. I'm saying it right.
Restream chat row 1 column 2 to 11. Forms dot main column 3 3 of 11. Pushback PMDG 737 star untitled notepad symbol box web number jet sim flex sim mark alternative Microsoft restream chat top forms dot main pushback PMDG 700 edit red only multi line selected push. Selection removed. Act RTE Lex 1/7. Land 6 1.00/0.0.
Not even loaded my weather yet.
Land 4 land 5 land 6 less legs request. Land 6 less legs request. Wind 6 less legs request.
Root Talent. I appreciate that because I want to start learning to fly the PMDG now I have it.
I don't know, this is a weird thing it's doing, so I just got the message
land 6 wind 6 less legs request. Land
from the CDU here, letting you know that I can load or whatever, the weather.
Land
Yeah.
6 less legs request.
So at the bottom it still says less leg request. When I hit Alt R,
Land 6 less legs request. Land
it's not
6 less legs request. Land
changing it.
6 less legs request. Land
Now when I tab
refresh button alt plus R.
refresh button,
Pressed.
shift
Edit red only
tab
multi
back
land
up,
3 of S0402 land 3 land 2 Kevu 0 land 3 land 4 land 5 RT6 less load.
and there it is, less load. I don't understand what's going on with that.
CDU number 1 execute key available.
Is
CDU number 2 execute key available. Execute key available.
new TFM or the original one?
This is the original.
Land 4
Oh,
0
yeah, I'm not
land 5
sure what's
0
going
RT6
on
less
with
load.
that.
CRZ window link ready. Land CRZ6 less load. RTE date 6 less load.
Alt R, but it's not. It's almost like it's just not seeing the.
CRZ6 less load. CRZ land CRZ window link ready. 6 less load.
As if it's not seeing me hitting the hotkey.
Yeah, I know. I had that problem with it
Folder view list.
before, and
Microsoft Flight Simulator
required
1.33.8.01.
me to reset everything.
In TFM.
No, on your computer.
Just over a hotkey?
MODRTE
Oh yeah, because it was, in my case, it was a bug that was in .NET 4.8 when they did an update.
MODRTE 1/4 right 0436 land 5 timer 0 land 6 less erase.
It's weird, I couldn't track it down. I don't know what the deal was.
CDU
but the only way I could fix it was
CDU number 2 execute key available. CDU number 1
Forecast log ready.
CDU number Act RTE Lex 1/081 is 178/2684.
But it worked in the new TFM without an issue.
Act Permit 1/GW/1 139.7/land/2 .31.251 degrees/31.1 land/2 refresh button alt plus clear scratch edit land. Clear scratch refresh button edit red land/2 31.1/ZFW3 108. CDU number 1 execute. CDU number 1 execute key available. CDU number 2 execute key available. Execute key off.
Let's see. That's done.
M1 limit 1 cell 1 22 less the less cell greater Z. Take off red flaps 1 10 degrees 124 greater.
Alright, so V1 is going to be flap 10. We'll be using
Flaps 1 10 degrees 124 greater.
124 knots.
Flex 1, 10 degree 22, 94.1 slash 94.1, 126 greater 126.
126.
CV trim 3, 21.8%, 5.5 for 133 greater 133.
133 for B2.
CV 3, 21.8%, 5.5 for 133 greater 133.
5.54 on trim. I've always noticed on the 737, the freighter, trim's always a lot higher than what you see on the 39 or, 39 ER, either one. Trim's always seems to be a little...
CV 3, 21.8%, 5.5 for 133 greater 133.
5.54, so we'll fix
Trim
that.
elevator, trim indicator for all plus. Trim enabled, 3.94, 3.9, 3.8. 3.68, 3.63. 3.41, 3.4, 3.3.
Reason for that, you guys, is
2.96, 2.9, 2.9, 2.86, 2.8, 2.7, 2.74, 2.73, 2.72, 2.68, 2.66, 2.65, 2.64, 2.63, 2.62, 2.61, 2.59, 2.57, 2.56, 2.55, 2.54, 2.53.
That's close enough. 2.5.
Tailor trim indicator. Stab trim electrical stab autopilot stab trim normal button plus stab trim off button rest. Stab trim normal stab trim normal.
Tab trim is normal.
Take off ref 1 slash 2 PMDT 737. Selection remove. Act RT Lex 1 slash 081 degrees 2.5 and 1 is 186 slash 2769 2 Heavy 300 203 of S.7 204 right point 2 5 Higher 0.77 Act RT Lex 1 slash 7 Act RT Lex 2 slash 2 1 WIL 2 Lex 1.7 3 Snakey 0.774 slash 4 360 204 PPI 0.772 slash 4 Act RT Lex 2 Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.3 Folder view list Run dialog documents notepad documents text documents items view list AVI type.
Oh, I didn't think about that, Andy. I'm using net 7. Because of the
Halifax Tower Jazz 8250.
Well, .NET 7 shouldn't interfere with the old TFM, so...
I thought it
I mean, it's...
I thought it was a little bit buggy though. I thought
Talking to monitor 1139 items view list data not selected 1 of 2
Well, so if you're using...
TFM files 12
The new
3 items view list
TFM
TFM
has
23.9
different
TFM
elements
23.9
that haven't been converted
FSO next
over
performance
to
window
the
TFM
new
23.9 items view list data TFM
.NET 7.
TFM TFM.dll.config TFM
So if you try to run those,
items view list
like an example would be any of the 77 or 47 stuff, those won't work. But if you're running just the original, it should work.
432 VASL.
But I'm not sure what's going on with the refresh.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.33.8.0
Like I said, I've had it happen to me
23.907
before,
items view list TFM
but I've had to
4557 Microsoft Flight
factory
Simulator
reset my
1.33.8.0
computer in order to get the stupid bug to go away.
Edit read only multi-line at RTE Lex 2 slash 239 degrees 341 WILY.775 slash 4 to 360
let's just see if I can I do what I can see if I need to do a refresh.
202 Lex 1.77 242 degrees 2 3 Snakey 0.77 at RTE Lex 2 slash 7 automatic announcements disabled. Automatic announcements enabled. At RTE Lex 2 slash 7 239 degrees 3 1 WILY.775
There's something I don't got enabled, I think, because whenever I'm doing commands like Alt down, usually to tell me when it changes the page. Or like when I hit something, but it's not repeating nothing that I do.
at RTE Lex 2 slash 7
Oh, weird.
200 at RTE Lex 2 slash 7 at RTE Lex 2 slash 7 at RTE Lex 3 slash 7
Oh,
at RTE Lex 3 slash 7
I know why.
TFM is shutting down. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.33.8.0 Run dialog notepad documents documents items view list talking flight monitor 1139 TFM file items view list TFM 23.9 alpha 6 TFM 23.9 alpha 738 items view list TFM X45 of Cutty copies rename share at delete top of window runs administrator items view list TFM X45 of 57 sim brief support not loaded loading airport database current aircraft PMDT 737 TFM 23.9 alpha Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.33 at RTE Lex 3 slash 7 dialog FM at RTE Lex 3 slash 7 201 Cano 0.77 slash 4 to 360 at RTE Lex 4 slash 7
There we go.
at RTE Lex 4 slash 7 236 degrees 27.7 NF at RT 236 degrees 21 Mazit 0.76 N 2 route is content 3 Paul 280 slash 4 to 200 route is 2 route is 3 Paul 280 slash 4 to 244 CDU number 1 execute CDU number 1 execute key unavailable CDU at RT Lex 201 Mazit slash 212 Paul 203 CZM 04 UN 505 UN 511 200 at RT Lex 4 236 degrees 27 1 Mazit slash 201 Mazit slash 215 degrees 102, 033, CZM 250. At RT Lex 5, at RT 31, UN 519 220 slash 6000 a. 3 up 2, UN 514 220 slash 4000 a. 3 up 3, Leo 200 slash 3000. 3 up 4, Evans 200 slash 3000. 0 5, UN 505 200 slash 3000. RMP slash actual. At RT 1 up 1, UN 528 200 slash 3000. 1 up 2, UN 529 173 slash 3000. 103, UN 532 143 slash 1400. 104, RW 12 slash 72.
Looks like we got a good descent path here, so I think we did okay on that, Andy. I've got like
Cool.
4 or 5 waypoints. It's at 3,000 feet, so.
At RT 0471, Atmos slash 3000. Hold at 2, Atmos 230 slash 3000.
You'll go around, we gotta hold at 3,000.
At RT 6 slash 7. Land, enabled 6, RM 125 4, RW 12 slash 70, 103, 102, UN 529 173 slash 3000. 103, UN 532 143 slash 1400. At RT 7 slash 7. At RT 1 slash 7. At RT 01 is 186 slash 27.
All that looks
Microsoft
good.
Flight Simulator 1.33.8.0. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.33. 3 knots 2. 0 knots ground speed.
So flaps.
Flaps and transit light
I
on.
will say, I do like a Pilot's Life Chapter 2. And anybody else, you know,
Flaps and transit light off. Flaps extended light on.
decide to get it, you won't. Yeah, it is $30, but
Flaps and transit light on. Flaps extended light off. Flaps and transit light off. Flaps extended light on. Flaps 10.
the setup's not too horrible. A couple areas where you got to route the cursor or whatever, but it's gotten a lot better, especially on the job one where you got to find the job and go through and they've made it much better. I don't know if that was by accident or if they're trying to make it more accessible for us, and that I couldn't say.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.33.8.0. Flaps 10.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
At RT Lex 1/7 over stream chat column 3 11 forms main column 4 flows and checklist grouping start engines button after start flow button.
Okay, so
3FL flow before taxis flow before CH messages after start completed. Check the doors. Land. Taxi CHKLST button. Rest. Microsoft Flight
Taxi
Simulator 1.
checklist.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.
Generators.
Flaps 10.
On.
Probe heat.
On.
Anti-ice.
Set.
Isolation valve.
Auto.
Engine start switches.
Continuous.
Recall.
Check.
Auto brakes.
RTO.
Flight controls.
flight controls, yoke to
Full left.
yoke right,
Full right.
straight back,
Full back.
forward,
Full forward.
Check.
Ground equipment.
Clear.
Checklist complete.
there. Now we got that done.
Microsoft Flight Simulator forms.main row 1 column 2 to 11. Flows and checklist grouping. Taxi CHKLST button. Before the CHKLST button.
Calls, first officer.
Restart configure support company button. Load aircraft buttons. Connect. Voice. Pause. Flows and checklist grouping before the CHKLST. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.3.
I'm
Microsoft.
going to make that a habit because there's nothing worse than when you reposition and first officer wants to think that you've landed. Do your after landing stuff.
Forms back R3 stream. Star untitled notepad column 5 11. Star untitled note land. DCT slash 05 and 0460 DCT. M07 of 360. Slash. Avast. Slash M0 DCT. Ride. DCT. Ride. DCT. M07 of 360. Land. CYhz. Slash. 05.
5.
Slash. CYhz. YHZ. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.33. Microsoft Flight. Jump to runway timeout airport icon label. Airport icon adult plus A land. 4 runways loaded. Runways ID 05. Head ID 14. ID 05. Heading 54. Length 10,475.
Runway's 10,000 feet.
ID 05. Heading 54. Length.
Heading is 54.
Microsoft Flight Simulator. Star untitled notepad column 3 forms main column 4 at RT Lex 1 slash at RT 081 degrees 2.5 nm at RT Lex 1 slash at RT Lex 081 degrees 2.5 nm bypass. 1 is 186 081 degrees 2.5 nm bypass.
Question for you.
At RT Lex 1 slash 7. 081 degrees 2.5 nm bypass.
Okay.
Why on the leg page? I've seen this a few times. On the leg page, I'm on page 1. I don't have a SID on this one, but at the top
At RT 081 degrees 2.5.
it says 081
RT
degrees,
081 degrees, 2.5 nm bypass.
2.5 m bypass.
I'm not sure what the bypass means. I never did figure that out.
Does it affect us? Does it make the plane do something that it shouldn't as far as following the waypoint? Does it ignore the waypoint?
My experience is it does not, it skips it.
Okay, so
Oop.
maybe move my second waypoint to the top.
1 is 245 degrees. 1 is 186/2771.
You can try that probably.
081 degrees, 2.1 is 186/2771.
Most of mine are usually at the end of the route.
RT Lex 1 081 degrees, 2.1 is 245 degrees, 44.8 nm.
Well, it's 245 degrees though, and heading and taking off from the runway is 54. Maybe I shouldn't do that. You might not catch that. It's such a big turn it would have to do. Well, I can still catch. Let's leave it and see what it does. I think it's going to completely just. If anything will change in the air. I'll just move to the next one.
Jump the runway, dialog, airport ID, 14, heading, ID, 05, heading, 54, length, 10,475, width, 232, ACART, Microsoft, jump the runway, dialog, airport ID label, Microsoft Flight Simulator 1, altimeter, 1015, altimeter, runway 05 with 10,475, 0 knots ground speed,
Alright, we're on the runway.
ACART Lex 1/701, column 2 through 11, star untitled notepad, column forms.main, close and checklist group, edit red only selected, pre-flight flow, close and checklist grouping, taxi CHKLST button, before the CHKLST button, restart, configure support company, buttons, connect, voice, pause, close and checklist grouping, before edit red only, close and checklist group, taxi CHKLST, before the CHKLST button, press it,
Before takeoff
Microsoft Flight Simulator
checklist.
1.33, Microsoft Flight Simulator,
Flaps.
Set.
Stabilization trim.
Set.
Checklist complete.
left retractable landing light extend, left retractable landing light on, right retractable landing light extend, landing on, right retractable landing light on, left fixed landing light on, right fixed landing light on, left runway turn off light on, right runway turn off light on, position lights off, position lights scopes left,
But as soon as I'm stable, I'll go back to talking.
latch steady,
So,
forms.main row 1 column 2 through 11, forms.main, flow,
light turned on.
restart, configure support company, buttons, connect, voice, close and checklist grouping, before the CHKLST button, edit red only select, close and pre-FLT CHKL, before start engines, after start flow button, taxi CH, before the CH, edit red only selected, pre-flight flow, close and check taxi CHKL, before the CHKLST, Microsoft Flight Simulator 1. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.33.8.0, num lock off, num lock on, parking brake off, parking brake on, parking brake light off, parking brake light on, parking brake off, parking brake light off,
Anti-ice on.
wing anti-ice on, left anti-ice valve open, right anti-ice valve open, engine number 1 anti-ice on, left cowl valve open, left FMC
Set.
453 feet ASL, 1 knots indicator, 0 knots ground speed, attitude down 2, read trim disabled, attitude mode disabled, attitude mode enabled, right flight director light on, auto throttle servos on,
Thrust set.
now
I
on,
got about 12 minutes.
26 knots,
Speed align.
45
Check.
knots, 63 knots,
80 knots.
80
auto throttle
knots,
servos
Check.
off,
93 knots, 109 knots, 124 knots,
V2.
up 1, up 3, up 4, up 6, up 7, up 10, up 11, up 12,
138
wing anti, up 12, up 11, up 10,
Positive
up 11,
airborne,
up 10, up 11,
149 knots,
up 11, up 12, up 11,
Gear up.
com
Gear
1,
down.
134.10,
Gear
nose
up.
gear light off, left gear light off, right gear light off, gear lever up, nose gear transit light on, left gear transit light on, right gear transit light on,
400 feet.
MCP upper speed warning on, nose gear transit light off, left gear
Flaps
transit light
5.
off, gear up, dot, flaps and transit light on, flaps extended light off, left gear transit light off, 1000 up 12, flaps 5, speed
VNAV
off, heading select light on,
Heading
VNAV light off, flaps
select
and transit
on.
light off, flaps up 11, up 12,
AONAV.
Will nav
heading select light
on.
off, LNAV light on,
Flaps up. Acceleration altitude.
Command
MCP
A.
upper speed warning off, N1 light on, auto throttle servos on, 2000 feet,
Command
CLS 2,
A on.
right foot up, right 4, right 5, right up 4, attitude mode disabled,
After takeoff
flaps and transit light
checklist.
on, flaps extended light off,
After takeoff checklist. Engine bleeds.
Check.
Left ram door light off. Right ram door light off.
Set.
Flap gear up. Dot.
Landing
Left gear.
gear.
Check.
Gear lever off.
Flaps.
Set.
Checklist complete.
Forms main row 1 column 2. Close and checklist grouping. After takeoff, descent and CA act. Reconfigure support company buttons. Connect. Voice. Close and checklist. Microsoft flights in. Microsoft flights in.
Alright, we are stable. We are climbing.
Forms main row. Act RT legs 1. Act RT.
Let me check
Act RT
this.
081 degrees 1.9 nm bypass. Next waypoint. Act RT 081 degrees. Act RT 081 degrees 1.9 nm bypass. Act RT 081 degrees. Heading 142. Act RT 081 degrees 1.9 nm. Heading 148. Heading 155. Act RT 081 degrees 1.7 nm. Act RT 081 degrees 1.7 nm bypass. Input button plus I. FMC display at red on plus home 081 degrees 1.7 nm bypass. Act RT legs. Act RT 081 degrees 1.7 nm bypass. 208 degrees 153.1 nm. MODRT leg 5,000 feet. CDU number 1 execute key Act RT 217 degrees 189 point. Act RT 217 degrees 189.0 nm. Left FMC light on. Right FMC. Input button root button plus key. Input FMC display at red on plus home 2. Act RT 217 degrees 188. Act RT 217 degrees 188.7 nm. 1 of S.78. Act RT leg 217 degrees 188.0 nm. Act RT leg 217 degrees 188.0 nm. Act RT 217 degrees 188.0 nm. Input button FMC delete button plus X. FMC input button root button plus climb button cruise button descent button flex button plus departure slash arrival hold button plus H progress button plus P N1 limit button plus F fix button plus F menu button plus execute button plus previous stage button plus up arrow scratch button plus line select mode red on plus LA next page button plus clear scratch button plus C refresh button plus R clear scratch next page line select mode red on plus FMC display at Act RT 217 degrees 186.1 nm. Act RT legs 1/7 scratch button line select mode scratch previous stage button plus up arrow execute button previous stage scratch button line select next page button clear scratch button refresh button plus R.
Captain,
FMC display at red on Act RT leg 217 degrees 185.2 nm.
the manifest
Act RT
should be
leg 217
available on
degrees
your
1. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Microsoft heading 221.
Alright, we're good.
9,000 feet. 249 knots. 3625 feet per minute.
I don't understand the Alt-R thing going on. It's freaking annoying.
I know.
And I sure the heck
10,000 feet.
Passing 10,000 feet.
Left retractable landing light extend.
don't
Left
plan
retractable
on
landing light.
resetting my
Right
whole
click.
computer over. No way.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.33.8.0. Act RT legs. Act RT. Act RT legs 217 degrees 182.7 nm. Act RT 217 degrees 182.7 nm. 217 degrees 181.9 nm. Act RT legs 217 degrees 181.9 nm.
How often is it that the CDU, this is on Alpha 7, how quick does it refresh?
Act RT 217 degrees
Every 10
181.1 nm.
seconds.
Act RT 217 degrees 181.1 nm.
So it's not a
Act
real
RT
big deal.
217
I
degrees
can always
181.1 nm.
wait 10 seconds and see what it
Act RT
says.
217 degrees 180.2 nm. Act RT 217 degrees 180. Heading 221. Microsoft Flight. Microsoft Flight. LMAP
Yeah.
off. Auto roll off. Amber command. Amber command disengage light on. Amber command disengage light on. Amber command disengage light off. Amber command disengage light off. LMAP light on. Auto roll on. Act RT. Act RT. Act RT 217 degrees 179.2 nm. Act RT 217 degrees 178.3 nm. Act RT 217 degrees 178.3 nm. 12,000 feet. Act RT 217 degrees 178.3 nm. Act RT 217 degrees 177.4 nm. Act RT 217 degrees 177.4 nm. Act RT 217 degrees 177.4 nm. Act 217 degrees 176.4 nm. Act RT 217 degrees 107. Heading 221. Heading 221. Act RT 217 degrees 176.4 nm. Act RT legs 1/217 degrees. Act RT legs 1/7 217 degrees 175.4 nm. Act RT 217 degrees 175.4 nm. Act RT 217 degrees 174.4 nm. 14,000 feet.
Okay, yeah, we're on track.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1. Microsoft Flight Simulator.
You can tell when it's windy because sometimes when you're looking at your waypoint, seeing, you know, if it's following the waypoint or not by looking at the distance, sometimes it'll be like, let's say it's 74 miles, for example. You'll see it go to 75 and then it goes back to 74, 73, and then it go back up. If it does that, usually it's because you're dealing with wind, but
Wind 250 at 34 knots. Gust at 0 knots.
Delta
250 at 34 knots.
Wind 250 at 34 knots. Gust at 0 knots.
Return for, yeah, 34 knots.
15 degrees.
15 degrees.
Gear up. Dot.
Gear
Left 0.
up, flaps are in.
Distance to descent 1932/0:524.
We're on our way. I'll let you all know what the time for descent is once we get the cruise altitude, which is 36,000
17.
feet.
At RTE Lex 1 slash forms. Main call star untitled notepad. Copy screen chat column 5. Symbol of the pilot's life chapter 2 column 6 6 11. Symbol of the pilot's life chapter 2. Avert the airport button. Change aircraft button. Avert the airport button. Change aircraft button. Avert the airport button. Change aircraft button. Flight simulator connected button. Expansions button. Logout button. Expansion. Flight sim. Change avert the airport button. Cruise altitude selection. Spin button. Cruise altitude selection. Edit 36,000.
Okay, 36,000. That's what.
Top FR24 flight detail. No next route. Top FR24 cruise altitude selection. FR24 flight detail.
Transition
36,000. 18
altitude.
cruise altitude selection. Current flight details. Altimeter.
Check.
10 flight
Transition
number. ESC 26 aircraft. Change aircraft.
Check.
Altimeter. Avert the airport. Helsinki SC. Change air. Flight number. Current flight cruise altitude selection. FR24 flight details. 36,000. Top FR24 cruise altitude selection.
Alright, very good. So
Microsoft Flight
we're looking
Simulator 1
good
point.
here.
Microsoft Flight. Distance to descent. 1927/0:516. 19,000 feet.
On our way.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1. Distance to descent. 1925/0:514.
Says 5 hours and 14 minutes, but I don't think it's going to be that long.
19,976 feet ASL. 20,000 feet.
Guys, I was looking at a thing. If it does it, just you guys can reconnect. I think probably going to try to push an update here at some point. Hopefully not during the stream, but if it does, just refresh and reconnect if it does that. Andy, you gonna be around for a little bit?
11:56 p.m.
No, my time's about up.
Oh yeah, it is going on 12. Yeah. Well, what I'll do
RTE Lex
is
forms. Main column 4 star untitled notepad. Copy screen chat row 2 column 1611. Twin ops 29.1. Phone number general BVI pilot simmers.
I'm
Number
gonna
general.
jump off the Discord
BVI
anyways,
pilot simmer.
and then if you want, we can do another stream tomorrow. If you ain't busy, if you got anything new to talk about, we can do that as well. But yeah, catch up with me tomorrow, man.
Yeah.
Number general BVI pilot.
All right, we'll see you.
Pilot pilot client button 1 of 12.
All right, guys.
Symbol of the pilot's life chapter 2 row at RTE Lex 1 slash forms. Main call star untitled no screen chat row ops 29.1. Sim flight GM sim market. Alternative format. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Microsoft Flight.
I'll be back with you guys in just a minute.
23,000 feet. $24,000 feet. $25,000 feet. $26,000 feet.
Your flight crew will be making their way through the cabin with complimentary drinks and snacks, as well as meals and alcoholic beverages for purchase with a valid credit card.
27,000 feet. Com 1, 123.90. $28,000 feet. $29,000 feet. $30,000 feet. $31,000 feet. $32,000 feet. $33,000 feet. 34,000 feet. $35,000 feet. And one light off. $36,000 feet.
Alright, anybody still with me on this live stream? Everybody leave. Speak up now, forever hold your peace. Oh, my bad. Let's see where we're at, you guys. Let's take a look and see where we be. Payton, did you leave? Dirty dog.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1. Distance to descent 1821/0:429. 35,999 feet ASL.
16
feet per minute.
1,000 feet.
Minus 52 degrees.
I guess it is a longer flight, folks.
Total fuel 26,914.5 pounds. Sim World Pilots Life Chapter 201 column 2 through 10.
That's alright.
Act RTE Lex 1/7 column 3 forms. Main column 4 4 of 10. Star Untitled Notepad column 5 restream chat row 2 column 1 6 of 10. Ops 29.1.3 profile. Untitled scenes. Ops 29.1.
This is going to do a reboot, guys, so refresh it a little bit, and I'll be back, okay?
Stop streaming chat.